All right, ladies, so we're going to get started tonight, and I'm going to share the agenda with take a look at the showcase, and I'm going to show that to you. The item all the way to the top, well, it should be at the bottom. If you can look to the right hand of your screen, I'm showing this item to you, and it says Teacher Leader Technology Training, December 15. Can you guys see that to the right? Nope, you can't see it?
No, I can't.
Okay, so what you'll need to do, what you'll need to do is to, let me go ahead and get this off of here. I will.
I see it.
You see it to the right?
Yes.
Did you have to click the showcase ticket first? If you to the left-hand side under screen share, click the little yellow tags, and then it should show that showcase on the right-hand side, the showcase pane.
Yes.
You see it now? Okay, great. So what I'm going to let you guys do, if you want to go ahead and open that, then that way you can get to all of the items in the folder separately. I will, of course, be doing a screen share when I refer to anything in the folder, but I won't. You won't be able to just like click on it and download it and manipulate it yourself unless you go ahead and open the folder. And the permissions should be set so that once you click the link, that you should be able to get in. Let me know if you have any problems seeing it. But for now, let's go ahead and do a screen share. I'm going to take a look at the agenda. Nope, that's a hyperlink. So let me go back to another one. Well, yeah, I'll just go to that. We're going to click on to our agenda. Let's start at the top. I'm going to run through it, and then we're going to kind of just move at that pace, and I'm going to keep basically a cheat sheet to the side. We're going to first start off with, since we're trying to close out the semester, we're going to first start off with the Ready Path alternative, because that's one of the things that's on your checklist that asks you to do the peer evaluations or the peer observations for your people in your PLC. And since we're not using Ready Path, we have an alternative that I set up in the Google Drive. The mentors are already using, so I think it's going to work well. And then we'll also talk about finding the videos of practice to do your peer assessments. We'll look at the virtual classroom tour and talk about some tools you can use to get that done. I'm going to talk forward about the educational technology. We had that due for this fall, but we're going to move it forward to spring. Then we're going to start talking about the things that you need to make sure you get turned in order to get paid for this semester and get it, and then the deadlines and times that we need to get that done. You will put in your narratives and contact logs, your instructional coaching summary and reflection. We'll talk about all this. We'll talk about there's a self-assessment and an intern evaluation, and then we're going to talk about moving forward to try to make sure that we have our PLCs really well attended and that we're able to get in that hour or of real reflection and follow up to your breakout sessions. And then we'll talk about getting the payroll vouchers completed. All payroll vouchers have got to be in the controller's office or payroll by next Friday at 11:30, because we have to go through a chain of command where I get at least 3 or 4 signatures before that gets turned in. I want to make sure I have everything no later than next Wednesday. So that's one of the reasons we're taking some stuff off the table to ask you to get done, because I know we're behind as far as not having access to some of this stuff before recently. So this is just going to be a shorter version. Okay, was this not sharing my screen? When I come back, I don't see. Oh, it is still sharing my screen, no problem. Okay, so that's the agenda. So we're going to go ahead and, like I said before, we're going to kind of pop into that and go through the agenda, starting with the Ready Path alternative. And I want to give you guys a chance. I'm going to share the screen again. I'm going to show you the spreadsheet that's being completed right now by the mentors and the student workers and my GA to make sure that you guys have access to the evaluations for your interns as well as their video of practice. So real quickly, I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like and how you can get to the folder, because you already have sharing permission, and it should give you a permission to go ahead and view. So I want to show you how to get to that. So we're going to go to another screen. All right. As we go here, I'm just going to go ahead and put in mentors. This is like the parent folder where you're going to find a lot of your stuff. All right. As we go here, I'm just going to go ahead and put in mentors. Welcome, Teresa. I hear that folder where you're going to find there's a little bit of a lag, and so I'm hearing my voice, what I said a few minutes ago. If you can put in your earbuds, so that either put in your earbuds or mute your microphone, and that way you'll be able to hear and it won't be any feedback for us. Okay, so what we're looking at now is how you'll get into the information for your interns to be able to provide them with that Teachscape sheet. So basically, let's just assume that you have an intern that Miss Redden is the mentor of. If you'll look here, and I know this is probably, I'm going to go ahead and make that a little bigger so you can see. Across the top, if we go back, this is all under 2015-16 interns, and then we go to subfolders. We've got the support team, and then we start with the mentors. Under each mentor's name, we have the interns, and once you click that, then you'll find these interns' names. Now, what I'm trying to show you across the top here, this shows you everybody who has permission to be able to edit and get into these folders. So that's Juneberry, Lena. I'm not sure why these people, what it says unnamed, it might be because you're using your link but you didn't log into your Google account. These are the other people it shows that have access, and this is the account that you'll want to log into it with. It shows Amy Willis, La Rochelle. You all have access. Let me change this right now from to view to edit, because what you'll need to do, but please, 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 please be very careful. Those videos cannot be replaced. We have taken them off of the computer's hard drive so that they can have space when they go back out to do videos. So don't touch the videos. You just want to be able to upload your Teachscape, and so don't touch anything else. But I'm giving you access to be able to edit so that you can upload what you need to. Okay, so this is everybody. I've got Julie with her Gmail account, Amanda with your Yahoo, which is also Gmail. I've got Teresa's Gmail. Everybody's Gmail account is the one that we're sharing this with, and it gives you those options and the ability to do that. I'm going to save these changes. And it's saving it, and so we're going to tell it that we're done. So any of these students listed under any of your mentors, you'll be able to go into their folder, and this is what you'll find. There's William Harris. These are all his interns. You don't need anything in this folder, but the VOP is the video of practice and summary. So we'll click that, and we see there's a video here for William that you'll be able to watch. This is a video of his teaching for the very first time he was observed. That's the lesson that you're going to give feedback on. Now, what they're in the process of also doing is putting in their summary for their initial observation, so that you'll be able to look and see what areas of strength and they have identified as their mentors, to help you decide then what is going to be your focus when you're looking at the video. So example, if I am going to if I'm going to be looking at someone and they said that the area of weakness is instructional practices of the teacher, not necessarily classroom management or anything else, but weak instructional practices, then I would look here and let me open up this folder. I would open up my fillable form, and this, like I said, when you open up that folder that's over there in the showcase, then you'll see this, you have access to this fillable form. Okay? Now you would download the fillable form and then reopen it. So now I'm going to reopen it as a PDF. And if this student, if they said, and I think it was Hunter, so I'm going to put in Hunter Harris's name, and I'm going to look at his video. And since she said he's having problems with instructional strategies, I'm going to focus on instruction. And I'm going to tick off everything I see that he was doing, and I won't tick it off if he's not. So what you'll notice about this form is that it already has check marks in it. If you click it, it will uncheck it. So it's easy for you. You could just go as you're looking at the video and say, well, I don't see any coaching. I don't see any hands-on experience. I don't see any learning centers. I don't see any modeling. Well, I'm doing it backwards. Sorry. Whatever you don't see, you'll uncheck it, and then you'll leave what you did see checked. And so that's how this works. And then if you see something that's not on the list, you can put a check, and then you can type in and say peer tutoring or whatever you want to put there. Okay, I misspelled it, but that's basically what you would do to fill that out. And then once you finish, then you would want to save this under another name, like put Hunter Harris, so you know that's his. Okay? So now that when I open it, Hunter Harris, I actually have, it's not showing, hold on. Okay, we got an issue here. It didn't open up. Okay. All right. Sorry. Let me go back. I know what's going on with PDFs. It happens all the time. So here's the one that actually has something in it. This is when you have to trick your computer and you go to, like, you're going to print it. And instead of printing it, you say save as PDF. And then you save it. And that's where you change his name and put HH and then just, whatever initials, whatever, however you want to. Okay, now when I go back and look for that, let's see if it's downloads. See it now, and I open it up, and it should have, yeah, now it's got something in there. So sometimes you have to fool it. You can't just save it because it may not keep it. I'm going to stop because I know there's a little lull and a lag. So I'm going to stop, and I'm going to come back on so I can see your faces, and then, all right, guys. Somehow it looks like I lost you, and I'm gonna. Okay, here we are. Whew. Hold on just a second. Something over here scared the heebie-jeebies out of me. I'm gonna close that up. Okay, so let me stop talking, and then I'm gonna let you guys, if you want to unmute your microphone, or if you want to open up the chat, whichever one you want to do. Let me find out if you have any questions, or you want me to go back and review, or say something again.
Can a woman help me?
I was looking for the email when you shared that document with us. Isn't it supposed to send us an email to give us permission to open it up?
Amy, you're talking about to get to those folders?
Yes.
It probably, I'm not sure if it's going to send a new email because I already had it shared with you and I just changed your permission from view to edit.
Okay,
So
so I have to go back to the old one.
yeah, so if you do that now, you'll just be able to go and actually upload the file that you want to. You remember how I went in and saved that document for Hunter?
Yes.
Then you'd be able to upload it to his folder.
Okay.
If you go in and you're looking and looking, you're saying, I can't find, the links and how do I get into those folders or how do I get to that? Because it's a parent folder under support group. You should be able to go to that one and just keep clicking until you find those students' names. But if you can't find that, just let me know and I'll send you the link again. You know what? As a matter of fact, let me just go ahead and do that right now to everybody. Hold on.
I see it. I'm in
You
it.
found yours? Okay. Is there anybody who can't find theirs and you think, well, I'll be better off with a link and I'll take a minute to do it now? Let me know. All right, guys, so I'm going to assume everybody can get to those folders so that you will be able to start looking at the videos and looking at their summaries. Okay. All right, now let me show you another thing that you'll have access to. So that was an example of getting into the folder, but you'll also have access to, let me put this in. Well, let me go back. I don't want to show that one first. Yes, I do. All right, I'm going to zoom back out for this one so you guys can see more. Taking it a minute to get it. Come on. Okay. Oop, that's a little too small. All right, so what you guys are looking at now is the spreadsheet where the responses for a Google form go. And what I did is I created a Google form for the supervisors to be able to go in and electronically put in their evaluations. Of course, we could have scanned them and you guys could have seen them, but I needed it to be in such a way that I could go in and pull data reports for analysis. And so I wanted it in a spreadsheet. So it's a form that they're just filling out. And you can see right here, let's just say you're looking for a particular student. And whoever's got Jessica Barnes, here's Jessica, and you'll be able to go through and see and these different indicators, and you can see those here along the top in the headings. You can look at the indicators and see what score she received, okay? And also look at the comments. Like this first one, it is clear that Ms. Barnes has given much thought in planning an effective lesson that helped to achieve the objectives she has set. So automatically, I already know that's going to be a strength in planning, so I don't really need to look at that. She's got really high scores across the board. So for me, the feedback you want to give her is find out anything you think you could add, like things that she hasn't had a chance to look at. So let's keep on looking here. Effective proficient is a 3, and then the highest that you can get, of course, is the, wait a second, I might be saying that wrong. Yeah, effective proficient is the 3, and then highly effective is a 4, the highest you can get. I don't see anything that she's gotten anything less than a 3 or 4 in. So what I probably would do is look and see which areas does it look like she got more 3s, and then see if there's one way that I can give her some feedback that will be helpful to her. So example, let's say, okay, now I'm going to go to my Teachscape and try to figure out what can I tell Jessica that can actually be helpful. You know, as a teacher, a lot of times you are not really able to see what's going on with the students because you're up teaching and you don't get a chance to really focus specifically on students and those types of things. So you might say, okay, well, I can give her a hand while I'm looking at this video and I'm not the one teaching, helping her with reflection. I can look at the focus on the learner section and tell her, you know, what are the kids actually doing? What materials do I see you using? What level of work are they on as far as Bloom's? What is the level of engagement? And then the classroom environment. So it doesn't mean that you have to find a fault, but as you give her this feedback, then she might notice and say, you know what? My kids really don't do very much writing, but I know they probably should. And she might look and see, okay, well, I could actually have the students doing more writing because that could involve more assessment. So what we're just trying to do, even for these high achieving students like that, you know, there's not so many areas of weakness that are obvious, but still find some way you can give them some feedback so that they can improve. All right, I'm going to stop talking again because of the lag, and then you guys let me know, are there any questions?
Tiffany, I noticed on the Teachscape form, it doesn't give you a place to put the name, so we just have to make sure we save the name and as the file name, and don't worry about having the name on the actual document.
Amy, do you mean your name?
It doesn't give us a place to put the student's name. Like you typed in Hunter's name, where you typed in his name, that's actually for the date, so it doesn't give us a place to type in the intern's name. So we just have to save it in the actual file name.
Oh my goodness, yes, thank you. I'm wondering, did I mess that up? Did you notice that last year as well? There's not a place for it. There wasn't a place last year either?
Can't say I remember.
Okay, all right, because I'm just trying to figure out if I flubbed this because I went in and made a fillable form. I don't think I took anything off.
It looks the same. I just don't remember if it was
Yeah.
name there or not.
Let's see. Yeah, thanks. So where I put his name was actually supposed to be for the date. So let's just go back to your question. Then the answer will be yes. You're going to fill out all this information. Whew. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with it. I'm telling you what I'm probably going to do, Amy, to tell the truth, and I just may want to do it right now. Hold on. I'm going to fix that.
Okay.
Yeah, we need a place for the name because if you're like me, what I would do, I'd probably be working on a lot of people's, and you won't remember whose is whose when you get ready to go and upload it. So let's go ahead and fix it. I hadn't even noticed it, and I guess last time I don't know how we got around that. Ladies, can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
This is a wonderful tool. I'm going to show you what I can do with it. So I want you to pay attention to how you might think you can use it later on, because I know I've run into a lot of things like this I want to change. Okay, so here I have an option where I can actually add a form. So what I'm going to do here is, and normally I would want to see that person's name, I'm going to put a fillable form right here. I'm going to type at the top and put text. And I'm going to put kind of big, let's see, 16. Okay, name. And that's that. Okay, and then next to it, I'm going to put a form field so that you can fill it in. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and save that and download it. And so you'll see now when I open it up, now I have a place for a name. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that old one. Let's see where it is. That. And we're going to get rid of this one. Trash you. Okay, and we're going to upload the new one. All right, so now that one should be fixed. We good?
Yes, I see it. It's changed on mine now.
All right, good, good. All right, so we got that one fixed. So that should take care of that problem for us. And don't forget, like I said again, you pretend like you're gonna print it and then tell it to save its PDF. So whatever you put in the forms, whatever changes you made, it will actually save it. Because if you just save it like you do a PDF that's offline, then it's not going to save your changes. And I don't want y'all to get frustrated. Okay, so let's see. Observation. So that's okay, yeah. That's how you'll do your form. And this, let's go back to that performance. This is your sheet. This is going to be the spreadsheet, and I'm going to share you guys into this now. You will not be able to edit this, but I will share it with you so that you can view it and find your students so that you can look and see what did they say about them. Okay. All right, I've sent that invitation to share this spreadsheet with you. They just started putting in those first observations today. They should have them all finished by tomorrow around 12 or 1 o'clock. So you have access to that, and then of course, like I said, the videos are here. That's not it. But once you go to the actual intern's name, you should see their video. I believe we have everybody's video today. We finished the last two for Amy, so we should have everybody's videos uploaded. So back to this list. So the VOPs are within the student's actual folder in Google Drive. The observation Google form, I just showed you how to get to the spreadsheet with the responses. And then the Teachscape is going to be the form that you're going to complete for each of your interns once you had a chance to look at their video to give them feedback. Now, I want to make sure you guys understand you don't have to do the whole sheet. You will decide the focus. It's either going to be section 1, section 2, section 3, or section 4. And then section 5, you should do for everybody just to give them some feedback as far as differentiation. You know, that's across the board. But you only have to do one of 1 through 4. You don't have to do everything. You're going to focus on one thing. It's just like a brief snapshot for them to their area of need, for you to give them some feedback, for them to reflect on. And then the students have access to those videos, to your evaluation, and to see their initial summary. Okay? Again, I'm getting ready to mute, and you guys get clarification, ask questions.
I think I got it. I think last year I did do every section because I wasn't sure. So we just have to make sure we go back and uncheck everything in the section that we're not using.
Right.
Okay.
All right, Teresa, do you feel comfortable?
You're probably going to have trouble understanding me. Can you hear me okay? I think I have it. I remember last year it was pretty easy. I found the forms that you were showing us. I can see their videos in their folders. That's not a problem.
I just found their videos and their forms, so I'm good.
I can't hear Tiffany. Can you hear her?
Sorry, guys. I still was muted. Okay, let me repeat what I was saying. The next item on the agenda is talking about the virtual classroom tour. So if this is your first year, you didn't create one last year, so you need to have one, so that'll be a part of your portfolio. So we're going to go over an example. This is the one that Amy did for last year, and this is an example of what you can do. And then I'm going to ask Amanda if she wants to explain, you know, the way she did hers, and find out if you all have any questions so that you know what you need to do. And if you'll notice, if you look over to the left-hand side, Teresa, I see something's in chat. I'm getting ready to check it, okay? If you look over to the left-hand side, then you'll notice that
It's old.
The Gmail?
The chat.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, thanks. If you look over to the left-hand side to those icons, it's got the little YouTube icon underneath the cameraman. Do you see it? If you hover over it, it'll show you it's like the red block with the white arrow.
I see it.
Okay. If y'all will click on, this is the video that I will the video along with me.
I can understand what you said.
Were you all able to see the video?
Yes.
Okay. So, Amy, real quickly, I just want you, since Amanda and Teresa haven't done it yet, and then, of course, Rochelle is going to be looking at the recording. I'm not sure. I keep getting text messages from Julie saying she can't get on, but I know the link works since you guys are on, so I'm not really sure. It's got to be something with her connection. But so could you go ahead and explain for us then, Amy, like how did you create that, so that I give them an idea if they wanted to do that, then how could they create it?
I took pictures of my classroom and I uploaded those pictures into the PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm.
From the PowerPoint, I used the YouTube Video Manager, and that's how I was able to add the music along with it and get it to go through the slideshow on its own. So I didn't actually use the YouTube Video Manager until I completed the entire PowerPoint.
Okay. Okay. So that was one of the ways, if you'll see on our agenda, I was going to kind of show you guys how to do that from PowerPoint to YouTube, because PowerPoint can turn it into a movie, and then it can do lots of things. And then, like you said, you can add the music. There's also a way to do voiceovers. So that's one way if you're looking and saying, okay, how can I do it? And remember, the whole purpose for the virtual class tour is for new teachers. When you all talk to them sometimes about classroom management and different things, sometimes the biggest thing you can remember when you're a new teacher, you don't understand that your classroom organization and your physical space in your classroom has a lot to do with your classroom management. How you use that space and what components are there can help you to really just be able to avoid lots of problems that could come in. And it also helps even with your instruction, that's one of your instructional strategies, like where you have for missed work, attendance, all the little things that you have around your room are actually part of your instruction. Since they don't understand that, I wanted y'all to make sure that you not only, like she said, you show the pictures and you explain how is this helping you with instruction, how does this help you with classroom management, all those types of things, so they understand the importance of the setup. So Amanda, real quickly, since you've already worked on yours, can you tell me if you use the same process, and if not, let's figure out what you did differently so we can share that idea too.
I did go through and take pictures, but I used Wonder Shared DVD slideshow, and you just insert them in. You can pick any music you want, and you can have effects going through it, and you can type in captions, you can put in wording, so it's like that. It just kind of flips around, but you know, that's just me. But it's easy. It's a very, very easy program, I found.
So Tiffany, even though that I know that what we provided last year is nothing like what this video specifically showed, and it sounds like what Amanda did as well. Are you wanting us to redo this?
Teresa, my apologies, because I forgot you were with us last year, weren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so no, if you've done it before, gosh, I apologize. We were like up to the wire last year, and I'm trying to figure out, did I give you feedback on your virtual?
Oh, it is nothing like this. It is nothing like this. We just used what we had from when we were being observed. It was simply, you just said, go ahead and post your video.
Oh, okay. So now you're talking about something different then, Teresa. That was your, I think that was your demonstration video.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's different. We'll do that in the spring. And
Okay.
Did you come in on the spring or the fall?
I came in on the spring.
Yeah, so that's what it is. You missed this part. So that's why yours looks different. So we'll talk about that when you did. It's not like you did the wrong thing. That's why I was like, I couldn't remember. This is something different. This is a virtual tour. So you can create yours the same way. I was going to show, because, I mean, you know, we take pictures of our classroom and the little things, the neat things all the time. So that's the same thing I would suggest. When you do an actual live video, it makes it so difficult, because then you've got to edit, and you've got to trim, then you got to try to put in the voiceover, or you have to try to insert pictures or text, and it's hard. So still photos are much easier, and then you can still make it look like a really crisp video. So either one of these suggestions is really easy. If you still find if you need any type of technical assistance still with it, you guys let me know in advance, and then we'll set up for you either to meet with me or one of the student workers. And once you have like your pictures or whatever it is, and you need some assistance, set up and come up, and we'll help you get it done.
Okay. And you want that needs to be loaded by next Friday, I mean?
Yeah, we really want to get that done earlier, because like I said, I want to start getting your paperwork all pushed forward.
Okay.
I would love to start getting your stuff signed on Wednesday or Thursday. because even though I'm going to send them to hand deliver it, you've got times when people are at meetings, they're not in their office, and sometimes, sometimes they just, other people can slow you down.
Okay.
So the more time we know that we get everything that is required done and to the right people by that Friday, then I know it's guaranteed that everything's going to be taken care of.
Okay, but
Okay.
I did come in November of last year, so I submitted something, but it wasn't to the quality, the level
Okay.
or quality of what I just saw.
Okay. We might not, if you came in November, yeah, so you said you did something in the fall.
But it was not near that quality.
Okay. All right. Well, let's look at it. We'll look at what you have, because what we might be able to do is just edit that and instead of starting from the beginning.
Yeah, I
We
think
can
what I'd
get
like
this
to do is
explained.
go ahead and just get one together, and
Okay.
I can make it. I can in order to get it to you on time,
Okay.
and then I will for the next spring make it look much more professional, like the way Amy's looks.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, we'll see what you have. So just let me know. Like I said, again, the assistance is there available for you guys for the technical part, because one of the main things we want you guys to walk away with in this experience is to really have a lot of hands-on experience in on-the-job training for using these types of things, so that you'll be able to do them and then show other people how to do them.
Yes.
And so I love that idea. Amanda, did you say it's called Wondershare, or what was it called?
It's called Wondershare DVD Slideshow.
Okay. And let's go ahead. This is a perfect segue then. Let me share my screen again, and I want to go to our agenda. We had put that you guys were going to all submit, well, the new people would submit the virtual classroom tours, and that everybody would submit educational technology demo. We don't have time for that this fall, so the only thing that we're doing is a virtual classroom tour. So if we take a look, let me go back and take a look at our folder. Okay. Excuse me. Letty is scratching her bowl. She either needs food or water. Okay. So here, if we look at what we want to get done, down here underneath documentation and data, 3.6 is only going to be done for those people who are new and have not done one yet. It's new leaders only. And then 3.7 was supposed to be for everybody, but we're going to move that off that list. So as you're going through your checklist, 3.7 can be checked, and I'm going to move that to the spring to be one of the things to do in the spring. And we'll talk about how to do that, but I was making reference to that because I thought that was a good segue, Amanda. That would be a wonderful one. Wondershare DVD would be a wonderful one to share with teachers when they have to do these types of presentations. So to show them how you used it, and then give examples of how what ways they might be able to use it, will be really helpful. Okay, was that present to everybody? Okay. Let me get off of this one. I want to go ahead and so that we can stop that. All right.
And on our next seminar, Amanda, you can start with me.
Okay. All right. So going on down to our agenda.
Tiffany, I had a question about the PLCs.
Uh-huh.
I saw that on our checklist where we only had 3 PLCs listed. I believe it's December, November, and October.
Let's see. Yep, it's October, November, and December. Why in the world would we do that?
I just added one to mine.
You did? I'm trying to figure out why I did that. I think that because I edited this one from last year, and if you'll remember last year we had some kind of storm or something, and we didn't have In August session, we didn't have one until September, so the first one you were able to do was October. I think that's what it is, because we did a September face-to-face, y'all did an October PLC, we did September, October, and November, so you did October, November, December PLC. That makes sense?
I was just trying to make sure because that still kind of throws me off with the PLCs and the breakout session. I just figure out the right amount because I did a PLC in August, September, October, November.
Okay, so you did, instead of yours being in September, so you did your August breakout follow-up in August, is what you're saying?
I'm going to have to double check.
Yeah,
I did as well.
Okay, see, I'm going to tell you the reason why I put you guys, is because I know I always do the seminars, or most of the time on the fourth Wednesday. That doesn't give very much time to actually do a PLC in the same month, so I just go ahead and assume you're going to do it, and it'll be the next month.
Okay,
but it's really about the number. So if you've done 4, then you're done. It doesn't have to be in December. As long as you did 4 following your breakout sessions, then you're done.
Okay, because what I did was set up the PLC to fall on the Sunday before the next face-to-face. So I need to go back and double check. So I probably don't have August. I probably did start with September and then September, October, November. So I do December.
Okay.
I do have 4 because I set my PLCs up the Tuesday following the breakout.
Okay. Okay. And so so it'll change for every person. And like I said, don't be so concerned about the month, but you can be more concerned about the number to make sure that you did a follow-up to each breakout session. So if that's the case, you just have to make sure you did that. And this is another segue, then I think I can move on to this. I'm gonna flip it. This is really what I would like for y'all to, because one thing I noticed is that you guys have been like us when working with some of our interns. It's been like pulling teeth with some of them for us to even get observations done, because it's like, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy. Well, you can't always say you're busy. So in order for us to combat that, I've had the mentors to go ahead and look forward to the spring, and they're looking at their personal schedules to see when they would like to actually do observation days and times. Then they're looking at those district schedules and to see when the students, students/interns are not going to be at the school, and creating a schedule for their 4 observations. And of course, they're coming up with like choice 1 and choice 2 for all 4 observations. They're going to send that out to them over the break so that they have adequate time to say, I already know in December, when in late January I'm expected to be seen, February, March, April. And I have a week or 2 to say I have a conflict. And if I don't say that, then I expect someone to show up at my door, and if I'm not ready, I get zeros. And I want to do the same thing with PLCs. You guys look at what you've got coming on, as far as what you've got going on at school, what's going on in your personals, and look at what times and evenings are days and evenings are the best for you, and think about how, maybe 3 options, and then send out a doodle with those. And once you get 90% that can do it, you go with the majority, because you may not ever get 100%. And let people know, since you're telling them this much in advance, unless they tell you in advance, I know I had this conflict that was scheduled before you, they're not excused. And you just say, well, I expect you to be there. Because I've seen some of you guys' PLCs, and out of 12 people, you're having 3 and 4 and 5. That's ridiculous, and it's a waste of time, and it's not going to give us the results that we need when we want to go back and say, our efforts have brought forth these achievements, because not everybody's coming. So let me hear you guys' thoughts on that.
Okay, from the beginning, we set up and all agreed that we would do, like I said, the Sunday prior to the next face-to-face. So I need to go back and give them 2 more options along with that to see if everybody is still on the same page.
Amy, I'm going to leave that up to you. If you've been successful in knowing you're having at least a 90% attendance, and you're not having to reschedule or having excuses given to you the day or night before, then follow through with what's been working for you. I'm trying to avoid an issue that I've seen that's causing a problem with some of these students when it comes to grades. We don't have any grades for them for PLCs because they're not showing up. And they're getting zeros, and they don't start to care until it's time for us to turn in the grades, and now they're like, why did I get zeros for that?
Well, I probably will have to give some additional options because I have noticed that in the attendance, and I try to check in with them via text message to see, hey, what's going on, and it's just, some of them, they just have not been available.
And that's what I'm trying to, I really want us to be united front. You all have been through a master's program. You guys have been through, an undergrad program. You are teachers, and you realize you don't tell your employer and you don't tell your professor, I am not available to do something that's required. So if they're given foreknowledge and enough time to make sure that they don't have any conflicts, then the things that come up in between the time that they confirm and the time we have that meeting, it's too late because that wasn't already on their agenda. This is on the agenda, and it's supposed to take priority. So when you tell them that and you know that they've given them plenty of time and given them a date, and Amy, you might want to say, I'm going to stick with this date, and I need you to tell me, like when you go ahead and send that calendar out, let me know if you have a conflict with one of these things, and then ask for documentation. What is the deal, and why can't you attend? And if it's not one of those university excuse things, then they just don't get credit. They're going to make the choice, and as long as they know, what's going to be the ramifications, they can choose, okay, I'm not going to come, I'm not going to attend, or they'll choose that they will. And it's just like anything you need to do. If I know in 2 months I have a scheduled date and I was free when I scheduled it, if something else tries to come up, I'm not going to allow emergency surgery. Something's going on with my family and I've got to do it, and it's something that cannot be avoided, an emergency. Everything else, I have to tell people I have a prior commitment.
Okay. And I also try to go ahead and set up the Google Hangouts on air ahead of time so it would consistently give them those reminders. When you have the Google set up, it'll send you the alerts and everything to let you know when it's coming up, and to serve as a reminder. And I also did the same thing with the Outlook. I forgot what you call it. Outlook 360 is connected to our email where you can send a reminder out. So I remind them of that again, and I'll just continue to send out those reminders and just get a recommitment as to what date we're going to meet on to make sure that I'm getting that 90%.
Sounds good. And then you roll with that, and then the chips fall where they may. The people who decide not to come and don't decide not to tell you in advance, they've decided to get a zero.
Tiffany, I've been really fortunate with the core of students that I have. However, my distance students, I have not. If I know initially we had some students that I did have, and then they transitioned from my program. But at the very beginning of the semester, we agreed on dates, and I've not had any problem with those 6 students participating. But if there's any distance students that haven't participated, I'm not aware of it.
All right, I became aware of that when Nikki Nakin claimed she never knew about it and had never attended. So what we're going to do is take a look right now and find out what the deal is. We're going to look at your list, and we're going to find out if you knew that these people were a part, and if you would have initially at least given them information, and then if they just never joined, that's nothing you can do about it. So hold on just a moment.
Right, because we set up a core text, and I called each and every individual before we even started the semester. And at the video conference, when they videoed in, when they were doing the distance seminar, each and every student was directed to provide me their text information so I could reach out to them, and no one did. So if there's anybody that's missed, that was their responsibility that they missed.
So let me ask you, as far as you know, with Nikki, Is she one of yours, and does she usually log into the virtual session?
If she
Breakout?
does, when you talk to her this past PLC or this past breakout, my assistant said that she was there for a period of time, and then she went to the SPED one. And
so let's see which one she's supposed to be in.
And the assistant said that she has been watching them through YouTube, but she's never connected with me. And she's never provided any follow-up in regards to SMART goals or anything when we were doing those.
And let's look and see where she is. Hold on a second, my computer wants to be slow. Okay, there she is. Hold on. I saw her. Now it doesn't want to go back up. Let's see. Yep, she is elementary. She's supposed to be in your breakout. She should have been logging into your breakout every session. So yeah, we can actually go back in there and see. And the thing is, this is the other thing. I know if she's ever been listening to what's going on in your breakout. Well, I forgot though. We've had technology issues in those breakout sessions. So she might not have heard it, but yes, she's yours, and she should have, like you said, if you asked for them to provide something, she should have provided it. So as far as we're concerned for this fall, it's a done deal. You can go back again. Let's see. Hold on a second. Let me put your name in.
Tiffany, where do we document whether or not they provided those assignments to go along with the SMART goal?
Okay, I'll show you that in a minute too.
Okay.
Trying to see where your groups are. It might just be under elementary. Okay, I'm gonna have to close some of this stuff up. That's why it's taking so long. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. Go the hard way. Okay. Tabs in here. All right, roster by certification ready. That's not what I want. To go back to you, Teresa. You just guinea pig. Okay, patience is a virtue. All right. I think this is the folder. Presentation. What's that called? Cheat sheet. I thought that I put in you all's folder a list by because we have that one huge document, that one huge spreadsheet for all the interns, and I had them broken down.
That was in there at the beginning of the semester, but then it disappeared. I wondered if we lost her.
My screen froze.
Mine did too.
Mine did too, but it just said she
Right.
left group chat, left.
Tiffany said, "Did I lose you guys?"
Yeah.
It shows her twice down there.
Ah,
Here she's coming back on. Or it looks like she is anyway.
trying. Everybody said, "Yep, yep."
So Julie never made it on, huh?
No.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one thing I like about these trainings is I learn so much more when we're doing stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes. My teachers at my school think I'm a tech genius because I know so many different technology too.
You are. Both of you are. It's like she keeps joining and leaving. It's like she has a connection issue.
He's working on it.
Almost sounds like dial-up.
Don't want to go back to those days.
Mm-mm. Just keep hearing,
No.
ring. Lord, let's see.
There used to be a function in here where you could go in and draw a picture. Here we go.
I think I see what you're talking about.
Look at Jenny Horns. That's cute.
Oh, there you go.
Look, hey, look. Princess.
Dress up for the evening.
She'll be.
I hadn't put my words in, but
Do what, Amanda?
y'all want to see my video? Like my what's where? But
Yeah.
I've got the screenshots. You want to see the video?
Yeah.
All right, it's going to be little bitty, of course, because I hadn't done the whole thing yet. Let's see. Can you see up at the top where it says Frost?
Yep, sure can.
Okay, here it goes.
you to pop through the door.
Yeah. Well, I've got my zombie face coming up. I hadn't put it in there yet.
You know you can quit until it's won.
I still got to get in there and fix those pictures, make them larger, like that one.
Right.
It's not finished.
Tiffany, we hijacked your presentation.
Oh.
Can I have a jacket like that?
That
Well, I think if I'm another person, I don't have it.
I want a windbreaker, made out of this material all over. That's less than fun.
Mandy, your picture keeps going out.
does it? Okay.
His mic is on.
Can you see this?
I can feel that atmosphere burning in me. Burning in me. Just one thing in life. One man has his time.
Okay.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, I hadn't gotten my pictures of my students in there. I haven't gotten the actual typing, and I haven't finished the pictures, but I'm trying to get it. I don't know. I just started working on it, so.
No, it was really good, girl.
Oh my God, y'all are hysterical.
I didn't think about adding pictures of the students. That's a good idea.
Yeah, they have so much to do with the room, so I figured I'd add them too.
And I like that you had the color-coded dots on the desk for the group work.
Yeah, I have that as well. Oh, she's graduated.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm gonna
I
go get
love it, you guys. I love the fact that you took time to go ahead and let her kind of demo that right now. And I didn't see it all, but I liked what I saw. So I'm because I don't know anything about that, so I'm looking forward to your demo so I can learn something.
Okay.
Okay, ladies. So we've got about 15 minutes left. I know I blanked out somewhere when I was trying to show you that spreadsheet. But I guess I was trying to figure out. Were you guys able to see? Were you guys able to see your PLC?
See the PLC where?
Well, in your folders. I thought I had shared them with you before. Were you ever able to see just a spreadsheet with only your people on it? Didn't I share that with you earlier?
I saw the spreadsheet where the students, all the interns had responded to some questions that looked like from the seminar that you shared with us, their reflections.
Mm-hmm. Well, this one I'm trying to, like, it's supposed to look like this. Let me see, I'm not sharing, so hold on, I gotta share.
I have a hard copy, but I don't remember seeing the actual digital copy.
Okay, so that's the
My
problem.
digital copy, but it's not on there anymore.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
well-
what I was saying. It was there at the beginning, but now I don't see it.
Now you don't see it. Let me make sure that
Sorry.
Question mark. Okay.
Let me make sure you guys are in.
Oops.
And, cost and who else is it? JC. Okay. All right, I'm sending you guys a link so you can see the whole thing. It won't be as easy for you guys to, you know.
She froze again.
Oh,
It's arranged. Huh?
I thought I had done something because you froze again.
Me too.
Oh no. Let me let's see.
That's recorded.
I've got two modifiers to try to make sure I don't get kicked off this time. All right, so I shared it with you guys, and now you'll be able to see. You'll be able to see your people, and it's like I said, it's in order of discipline, so they should be all together if you guys look at them. And so that way you can look and say, oh, I'm supposed to have 12, and I'll. The other, oh, I forgot, I'm still wearing my little thing. I don't know if I ever shared that, but anyway, so that's what you guys should be able to see.
Yeah, that's what we had before. Uh-oh, did we lose her again?
I think so.
Yeah, it froze up for me.
I'm looking at what you just shared with us, and I don't see all of my people on there.
It's a bigger spreadsheet, I think, than what she's just showing in the screen.
Okay, I went to the document to my actual email where we got the shared document, and I opened it up. Yeah, I don't see. Yeah.
At the bottom it says 1,000 more rows at bottom.
Let
Sheet
me-
4, maybe? Nope. I don't know. Huh.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm only seeing 13.
All right, I see Cody and Chastity. They're there.
So how? Oh, is she back?
Yay!
Okay, so this is our sign. It's always a good one, but I just want to make sure I'm not going to do any extra talking. We just got to get this to make sure that you guys know what's going on before next week, because I want you guys, you know, of course.
There she goes again.
You do have to do. Nobody has to do the educational technology for this semester. We're all going to do educational technology next semester so we can add to our bank of demos. You need to make sure, and when we look at this checklist, let's see if we have it here. It's your checklist, and we're going to take a look at it. Let's see. It's not wanting me to open it up, but for whatever reason, we can go to this one. So when you look at your checklist, you have to make sure that you also guys wouldn't miss any dates. Remember, we came to that August the 3rd and 4th, so that's where we started. So on your payroll voucher, the date starts August the 3rd through December the 4th, and I just put that so we could have a congruent, common date for everybody. You guys have till next.
Was that
When
August
we
3rd,
had the meeting.
December 3rd?
August 3rd to December 4th.
4th.
Right.
Okay.
I've filled in you guys' sheets. You just needed to find some time to roll through there and sign it. So if I'm not going to be in there, I can always leave it either with my GA or leave it with the secretary, but just let me know you're coming in advance. So, because sometimes I'm planning on being there, but then they'll call a meeting or I've got to go do something. But if I know you're coming, I'll know to give it to somebody, and I.
So we have until Wednesday.
Like, okay, when have you? I'm going to go into Darren, and you
Yes,
can choose to do it
by
any way you want.
Wednesday, but the deadline's actually Friday.
Say it again.
She had asked if Wednesday was the deadline. I said, yeah, you wanted it by Wednesday, but Friday is the actual deadline.
Yeah, because I'm going to tell you guys, if you don't get it to me Friday, it's not going to get processed because I got to get it to 3 more people to sign.
Yeah.
And so if I get it, and it has to be in the controller's office by 11:30. That's a hard deadline.
Hello. Hi. I'm on a video teleconference.
Let's see what we got. That's not it.
What you need?
I'm trying to let you guys see Darren.
Teresa.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Spring.
What you say, Amanda?
I said, mute that thing. You're listening to the whole conversation.
Oh, no, I thought I was muted.
Hey, I got a question while she's frozen. Do we need to send everything to Tiffany or just upload it?
Just upload it was what we did.
I didn't know it was frozen.
You had 2 faces, one frozen and one live.
All right, that's about how I feel. Split personality. Okay. So the answer to that question is I would love if you just uploaded it and did not send it to me. But if you just can't figure out where to put it and how to put it, then send it to Jamie, not me. And she'll get it in your folder. Okay, so I want to share this so you guys can see, because you asked the question like, what might you do? Share. Okay, this is what Darren did. He just made a spreadsheet. So is that kind of, and you can do it however you want to. If you want to not go through the process of typing up a separate sheet, then you could just go to your.
Can anybody see this?
No, I can't see it.
Okay, just make it. I got a black screen.
Can you see it now?
No.
Huh. Let's see. I can see it, then you can't see it. Still can't see it.
No.
Nope.
But didn't we last year, we just printed out that checklist, we checked it, and then uploaded it to you, is how we did it last year.
Well, what Amy had asked about is how do you show where they actually did the, it's one thing to attend and another one to participate. So she's like, how do you give them credit for actually doing whatever you asked them to? Like if it was a SMART goal or whatever. I'm trying to figure out why you can't see Darren's that I can see. Let me try to share it again. We'll stop. Okay.
I know there was some confusion at the beginning of the semester regarding whether they provided us the SMART goal documentation or whether they didn't. So we just discussed it. Sometimes they presented a PowerPoint slide and sometimes they didn't.
So in that case, then if you know if they did what was required, then you don't have to say that they did a PowerPoint. You just know that they participated.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I'm not looking for you to give me artifacts. Can y'all see that one now?
No.
No, ma'am.
No, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. I've got Darren's old paperwork, so I know what his looks like.
Okay, this is really hide participants. I didn't ask you to do that. Okay. So whatever the deal is with that, I don't know what's going on, why you can't see it, and I can see it. It says it's sharing, but you can't see. Maybe it's the lag. Hold on a second. All right, whatever. I'm going to go on since you all understand. So basically, the deal is you can, if you want to, just on those logs where you indicate who actually attended, you can just, if you want to, like right next to it, check for participation as well. So you don't have to have anything separate. He decided to put it all together in a spreadsheet so you could see attended, participated, meaning they attended, then they gave their artifact. And then, so he knew when when we're getting ready to give grades, which Jamie's going to do that. If they didn't attend, then if they didn't attend, they get a 0. If they attended but didn't do the whatever, then we gave so many points. So that's basically the answer to that one. And yes, I would love if you just, since you have access to your folder and you can edit it, if you can just go ahead and upload all of your stuff. I know that Myra and Jamie have been kind of checking in with you guys on those so that they can keep the grades updated in Moodle and all that type of thing, because the grades are due next Wednesday, something like that. Grades are due pretty soon, and so they've been trying to keep up with it so they don't have a lot to put in at the last time. So, just those things that you have to put on there, then that's basically it. So then let's go back to checklist. If you have it, and I'm just assuming, we should have done this already. If you have not turned in your stuff that's underneath in your checklist under documentation, like your VITA, we call it a VITA, but it's a resume. So if you never have turned in a resume, make sure that's in your folder. If you've been doing this, then we don't need it updated. All the stuff, curriculum verification and results, student learning, professional growth plan, Compass, that's just all of your stuff from the HCIS on you as a teacher. We need to keep a record of that, because like right now we're doing the CAPE accreditation writing, and we can go and say we have these standards for these teachers, and we know that these are exemplary teachers, and this is our documentation. We got the resume, and we've got their, showing their effectiveness in the classroom, and so it shows we have good clinical educators. That's what you guys are considered in our report. And then let's see what else on the sheet. Then the last thing in that documentation data, after you have the virtual class tour for some people, is the narrative. Let's take a look back at the agenda, and since it's not seeming to let me share, you guys can just refer to the agenda. So you're going to have the narratives, your contact logs. Now, the instructional coaching summary and reflection, I added this to the agenda because I realized when I was talking to the mentors, some of them didn't make the connection. They said they came to that instructional coaching workshop, but they didn't show a correlation between what we learned and what we're doing with the students. So perfect correlation is, after you summarize, this is what I learned from Jim Knight's instructional coaching workshop. So like a little summary, just a little summary statement. And then segue, we learned strategies for supporting teachers to improve their practice, an example. And then just show, tell something that you glean from that you're using. The one I told them that we know we're using is using a video of practice, right? The mentors get the video, they evaluate them, you get to see it, and you give them feedback. and then they get to reflect on it and improve. So that's, in a nutshell, that's one of the things she talked about, was using videos, right? Or if you guys got another one and say, well, oh, wait a minute, I got a different takeaway. Once I went to that training, then I started doing this with my interns this year. Just make sure you have a tie-in. That's going to serve two purposes. It's going to help us for the grant, because we use grant monies to pay for everybody to come, and we need to show this is how we're going to implement. So we just need to make sure it doesn't have to be separate, even though I put it separate on the agenda, but if you want to incorporate it and make sure it's in your narrative, because the example I shared with you of June's is not in her narrative. So make sure that one's on there. We are going to, another thing, I know you guys keep hearing me say CAPE, but CAPE, they talk about CAPE like it's the boogeyman, because it's like SACS and all that kind of stuff, and it's super serious. And so the writing committee I'm chairing is dealing all with field experience. And so I added in another point. I'm going to give you guys a form for self-assessment. I need you to assess yourself as far as your role. I'm also going to give your students an evaluation so that they can say, okay, you know, these are the things that your service agreement says you'll do these things for them, and those are going to be some of the things I tick off. I'll let you all see what's in the evaluation, just like, you know. So then they'll tick off and say, yes, my person did such and so and so and so, because they're really, really big on us getting feedback from the students from what we do for them. So I need to have that sheet of paper, so I'm going to implement that right away. And then we've already talked about your schedules for the PLCs, just to make sure everybody's good and golden. And then that's the last thing that you need to do. If you run into any questions off the checklist, you're just like, wait a minute, I don't remember that, or what do I do? Contact me, email, text, call, whichever, but just make sure that we're working on getting all that stuff in so that we're not at the last minute, because I don't want anything to happen where you don't get your stuff, and I need to get this turned in as soon as possible. But like I said, let us know. Need any help with the technology? Make an appointment, come on up, and we'll help you. Teresa, if you wanted to do anything with that old one, we could go do whatever you wanted to do with that virtual classroom tour. It's really going to be for Amanda, La Rochelle. That's going to be their main thing they need to do. Everybody needs to do your peer assessments, and those are the big major things to get done. And just make sure we have all the stuff that's on the checklist in your folder. They'll be checking that off, and then we'll get all those sheets over there. So don't forget to come and sign it. If you give me permission, I think that I can forge it, but I'm not sure. So
I'll come by tomorrow.
okay. Y'all can swing on by. I've got them in my office, and like I said, if you call and I know for some reason I'm not going to be there, or you tell me I'm coming at 2, somebody comes in my office and says, come down to this meeting, and I'm going to leave, then I'll let you know it's either next door with the GAs or it's down there with Barbara. All right?
I'm going to stop by tomorrow after school.
Okay, sounds great. I'll go ahead and put that on my phone so I don't forget. And like I said, since it'll be tomorrow after school, somewhere between 3 and 4, I'm probably going to be picking up Michaela, so I will definitely leave yours next door. And
so
it's
we
got
can come in
everything
and sign it before we can come in and sign it before we submit everything.
Yes, because I don't want y'all, you know how it is sometimes, you're like, oh, I'm trying to get everything done, and then now you only have a few days and you can't get it signed. So just sign it so we have it ready to go. And then all I have to do then is tell them, you know, we can get it released. And we're putting...
I can swing in tomorrow after school.
Okay, cool. So I expect you to, and like I said, I've got a folder already with them pre-made, and all it's looking for is your signature and then those other signatures that need to go at the bottom, and you just sign that, okay? All right, thank you, ladies. We're about 5 minutes past our time, and I see somebody's ready for the bed. Me too. My husband's like, you know, I can tell the time by your eyes. When they start doing this, it's 9:30. So, all right, ladies, thank you again. And just, like I said, let me know if you have any other questions and there's something else we can do for you to help you get it finished. Thank you for the work you do. Or if you go in and you don't have access to a file and you know that you need to see it, if we're missing a setting, then I'll go and fix it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Good night.
Good night, ladies.